Oh, okay, there it is. Cool. Let me move it away from my face a little bit. How's it going, everybody? It's your boy, your host, the ghost with the most. Let me see if I can do this really quick. I'm going to try something a little bit new for this vlog type of deal. It's your boy. I just get it here. Boy, gotcha ghost. Pretty doable. I like that really quick. Alright. There you go. Alright, gotcha ghost. GG. Don't care about my cussing right now because YouTube's not demonetizing me anyways because I'm a small channel. So here's what we're talking about today. Talking about not what I wanted. Talking about the Warped Tour, man. It's coming up. It's about a week out. Maybe like half a week or a couple days away by the time I actually get this up. But it's coming up here. So I decided I wanted to make a survival guide for not just for Warped Tour but for summer music festivals. So let's get right into it, and I'm just going to start with I have a top 10. This is going to be like top 10 things that people won't tell you you need for summer music festivals, but I'm going to start off with the basics that everybody should know, but a lot of people, you'll probably forget it. So the first one, you got water over here. You know, you should grab a couple bottles of water, bring it with you. Make sure it's closed, or you drink all of it before you get to the front gate because they will make you pour it out before you get in there. They don't want people sneaking alcohol in there. I'm sure people still do it, but I don't know how they do it, and I don't care because I don't drink, so it doesn't matter to me. But yeah, drink your water before you get up to the gate or have it closed because then they'll let you in with it. And you do want to bring a bottle of water, like just one. You can bring one or two, but if you just bring one for yourself, they usually have a refill station, at least at Warped Tour. I don't know about other music festivals. I do know that at Coachella and all those, and the big ones, probably Lollapalooza, Outside Lands, all of those ones, I've heard many stories about people passing out from dehydration. People have done it at Warped Tour, and that doesn't even seem like it. Like, it seems hard to do that. There's water fountains everywhere, and there's refill stations and all that. So make sure you're staying hydrated. It does get hot out there, even on like cooler days, just for the because the concentration of people in one area. Next thing, sunscreen. Of course, you need sunscreen. It's summer, especially if you're going out to Coachella in the middle of the fucking desert. You need sunscreen. Don't grab Play Sport or something cheap. Grab something a little bit more expensive. Do your skin some favors, and go with at least, I would say 30, but I would stick with 50. Depends on who you are. I'm a goth kid, and I know a lot of goth people, and they want to keep their skin pale, so they probably go with, they can probably get up to 75 SPF or 100. Next thing, sunglasses. Whoops. Move that down. There we go. Sunglasses. Real easy, real cheap. You can get it on Amazon. Let me pull it up really quick. Have another thing on here for later. You can get it on Amazon real cheap, very quick, to your house before any of the concerts. You can get like the 2-day one. If it'll fucking load. Are you kidding me right now? It wasn't loading on my Amazon page, but I found like these 3 packs for like $10. So really cheap, very useful. They're like mirrored sunglasses. It'll help you out a lot. It's really sunny out in most of the summer music festivals. Bring it. Doesn't matter if you break it. It's only $10. You're not going to care. All right, next thing, cash. Bring cash. You don't have to bring a lot of it, but think about what kind of merch you're gonna buy, and just know that some of the vendors are probably not gonna have the card reader. A lot of them do. The majority of people do. I'd say like 80%, but some people still they need cash. Plus, if you want to tip the people at the merch tables, which is always really nice, and they'll usually give you a button or a sticker or both. Yeah, bring cash. It's a good idea. Next, for Warped Tour specifically, bring 3 cans or $5 because it'll help you skip the line. And trust me, you want to skip the line at Warped Tour as much as possible. If you bring 3 cans, it'll get you to the front of the line for the most part. I mean, there's still going to be a little bit of a wait, but it helps out a lot. Plus, it's going to a good cause, so it's I believe Feed Our Children or something like that. So help out the good cause. So after sunscreen, it's drawstring bags. I'm on merch now. Go here or anywhere. Everybody has drawstring bags, you know. So there's plenty to choose from, plenty of different looks, whatever you want. Just grab a drawstring bag. Don't bring a big ass backpack. You don't want to be lugging that around all day. These are usually good enough for whatever you're trying to get. All right. Now, next on the list, got the cans of food, got the cash. Wear a tank top. Tank tops or cutoffs, they're all good. You can go on Hot Topic if you're a girl or a stupid scene kid or a weeb. You want to go to a concert, get something cool. But they have, you know, everybody has tank tops you can get. And if you do wear a shirt to the concert originally, like in the morning, you can probably buy a tank top off one of the vendors. Let's get out of this. Now, word of the wise, don't be this kid wearing like a long sleeve out there. You're going to be hot as f***, and you're going to be sweating and getting shit all over everybody else. Nobody wants that. Don't be that guy. All right. So moving on to the next thing, you're going to want a hat. I would highly suggest everybody wear a hat. You know, cover up your face. You're going to get sunburned. Merch Connection has a lot of cool ones from bands, as you can see here. I've got that one personally and a couple other ones they had on here. Also, going back to the Thy Art Is Murder page, they have some cool hats, so definitely grab some hats. It would be cool. On a side note that I didn't write down, you should get some shorts. You can also get that on places like Merch Now and Merch Connection if you want something cool. If not, just wear some basic cargo shorts or basketball shorts. Wearing like skinny jeans, you're not doing anybody any favors, man. All right, let's get out of that. So now we're on to my top 10 things that people don't tell you to bring to summer concerts, festivals that you should bring. First one is Sharpies. Bring a black one, bring some metallic ones. You can go with silver, gold. I think they have like a rose gold one for the Sharpies. Bring a black one because it's basic. You would like that for like the lighter posters and stuff like that you would get. This one is for the darker posters and stuff like that you would get. For example, why the metallic one is a better choice. In 2011, I was at the Warped Tour up in like Roseville or something like that, and Suicide Silence signed a poster for me, but half of them had the black Sharpies and half of them had the silver Sharpies, and the ones with the silver Sharpies showed up a lot better. Unfortunately, Mitch's was in black, so I don't have as good of a signature from him, but I wish I would have brought my own metallic Sharpie and passed it around, so all of them would have given me the signature in metallic Sharpie. Also, in general, the posters that I get are darker, so the metallic Sharpie works out better. All right, next thing. All right, so the next thing on the list after the Sharpies is going to be shoes. Don't bring these. Don't bring expensive running shoes. I'm going to say everybody should be wearing running shoes. You can try and, I guess, be fashionable if you want to wear Docs or something like that. That would be okay as long as you don't mind getting them messed up. But don't bring any white shoes, that's for sure. Those things are going to get fucked. And don't bring any shoes that are like super expensive that you care about getting dirty or losing or messing up, because they are almost certainly going to get messed up. I cannot tell you how many times I've ran into people and had beer spilled all over me. It's hella dusty out there all the time. People will be stepping on your shoes and your feet, so it's just better to go with a cheaper pair. If you don't want to wear running shoes, I would suggest some high top Vans or Converse, but some Vans running shoes. They're pretty cheap and they look nice, and I don't mind getting them dirty, so you can go with those, or maybe some, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say Skechers. Don't, like, you want to be at least a little bit fashionable, so just go with some Vans running shoes. That'll work. Next thing up is off this page onto the internet. Mouth guard, man. A lot of people have told me recently. I've been wearing one in the pit because I got in a fight a little while back, and by fight I mean some guy blindsided me and started punching me in the face. So I've been wearing a mouth guard in the pit ever since, just to be absolutely sure. I got the idea from this guy on YouTube called Fight Tips. It's just an extra advantage you can have on someone just in case something goes down. Obviously, I don't promote fighting at shows. I think it's really stupid. I think it's part of the reason that metal concerts and hardcore shows have kind of gone out of fashion, because it's less accessible to people when there's elitists who are trying to fight, or just people who can't control themselves who want to fight for no reason. So yeah, I would honestly say getting a mouth guard would be a good idea, especially if you're planning on going in the pit. If you're going to be on the outside or up in the front of the stage, maybe not as important. There's still going to be, I would still say be wary of people though. There'll be people, you know, stage diving and crowd surfing on you, and there's still going to be people who are going to be making a pit, so you want to be careful of that. If you don't want to get hit, stay out of the pit and stay away from the edges of the pit. If you don't mind getting hit, you know, you'll be on the edge of the pit. One way or another, you'll probably end up on the edge of one anyways, so just be wary of that. Also, be on the lookout, you know, take care of people who are looking out for you. Make some friends, especially make some friends in the pit. It's always good to have people watching your back. And you can get one of these Venom ones for like 20 bucks. There's some cheaper ones, but the Venom one is what I use, and it works out pretty good. So that's the one I would suggest. Next up, this isn't anything to do with a picture I could find, but we'll just go on to the Warped Tour page here while I talk. Find parking early. This also goes into, I would say, another point, but I'll talk about it later. Find parking early, whether it's on site, whether you have to pay for parking at your local place. If you're going to get there by bus or by train or something like that, get there early, like really early, so you make sure you get parking. I personally do not park at the location I go to. There's a place near there that I know about that I park at for free, and I know it's pretty safe, so I don't have to worry about it. It's a little bit of a walk, but I don't mind. Plus there's a Safeway, so I can get all my basics like water and stuff before I go to the concert. That's a big one though. Get there early, park early, all that good stuff. The next one that we're going into directly correlates with that. Be there early, get in line early. At least for Warped Tour, I personally am going to try and get there at about 5:30 or 6 in the morning, just so I make sure I'm one of the first people in line. The last couple years that I've gone, I have unfortunately I've missed out on a couple of bands I really wanted to see because they were a couple of the first people on stage. The problem with that is the line moves so slow, and there's so many people in the line that you'll most likely end up missing the first hour or two of Warped Tour if you get there too late. So I would rather be up really early and get to the front of the line as fast as possible to make sure I don't miss any bands, especially for this Warped Tour since it's the last cross-country tour. So yeah, get there as early as possible. Me personally, I would suggest trying to get there before the break of dawn if you can, or right at the break of dawn. So with that, let's move on to the next point. Business cards. If you're looking to interact with any of the bands, trying to, you know, if you want to make merch for bands or be like, I can sub in for your guitarist or bassist if you ever need that when you're around here. You know, if you're trying to network, make a name for yourself, if you have a band that you're trying to promote, and some of the bands are nice enough to be that interactive with their fan base where they'll take cards and like talk to you for a good amount of time, have a business card, man. Mine is a little bit more intricate than most people since I do art. You can see it right here. My current one, it's metallic, so maybe a little bit hard to see on screen. There you go, that's a little bit better. Yeah, I have metallic on the front and then all my information on the back. I need to do a second printing of it because the words are kind of weird. But aside from that, I will be handing these out at Warped Tour to just to not even to network with bands and stuff like that, but to network with people that are just there at the concert because I think they'll like my art. That's I make the kind of art I do because I enjoy going to concerts and I enjoy the things that people that go to concerts enjoy. So why would I not try to make some networks over there, right? And new friends in general. So next up we have the right food that I'm going to be talking about here. I can get rid of that one too. So originally I was going to say get Taco Bell because specifically for this example, dude, Circle Pit Fuel, you gotta get the Taco Bell. You gotta get Crunch Wrap. You gotta get the Cinnamon Twist. You gotta get a Baja Blast. You gotta get a Naked Chicken Chalupa. And even if you're on a diet or trying to stay healthy, I would argue you can make the exception at Warped Tour to have a cheat day because you're probably gonna burn most of it off just with how hot it is. If you're like me and you like getting in the pit, you're definitely gonna burn it off in there. It's almost like a workout just being in the pit, so you can do that. Or if you want to be a little bit more healthy, you can go down to your local grocery store and usually they have these pre-made sandwiches or wraps and stuff like that. I would suggest eating something with a lot of calories or at least eating a lot of food. I'm personally doing keto right now, so I would eat a lot of meat and vegetables before I go out there. Make sure like some eggs and stuff like that, have a really good breakfast. Make sure you guys have a really good breakfast and keep eating. That's another thing that can really tire you out and lead to heat exhaustion. So, very important point. I wish this was still a shirt. I would totally buy it. Next up, we're going to talk about merch. I would say, personally, I'm going to do this. This isn't as necessary as the rest of the things that I've talked about today, but I'm going to get my merch early, and I think you should too. Here's why. So, people run out. I'm showing off one of my friend's merch sites right now. Cat Clothing, C.A.C.A.T, capital, all that stands for Cats and Tits. That's what he's into. So I dig his clothing line. He has some really cool designs. He's going to be there, Mr. Frank. See if you can find him. I think he said he's going to be at the Mayday Parade booth. I'll have to double check on that, but he'll have his clothing line out there, and he will also be hanging out at one of the merch booths. So see if you can find Frank. That is hashtag Where's Frank coming back again. It's a scavenger hunt. Who can get a picture with him? So I would definitely try and find that little dude. And yeah, you can, so go get your merch early. I also have Black Craft Cold up here. They've been at Warped Tour for like 2 or 3 years. I personally have this shirt. I really like it. It's really cool. Blood Moon tie-dye. The reason you should get merch early, at least to me, is I'm going to put everything in my drawstring bag, or I'm going to bring like 2 drawstring bags and get my merch early so I can put them in there and then go buy a locker, which I think is like $5 or $10, which is going to be another thing on my list. You should definitely buy a locker, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to buy a blocker and throw all my stuff in there so I don't have to be carrying it around all day. Plus, if I need to go back to it and change clothes, it's a lot easier, again, than carrying it around everywhere all day. I would rather have a really light pack, especially when I'm moshing, throwing down, whatever you want to call it, because then it's not going to get in the way of that. Or even if you're just jumping around and stuff like that, a backpack can really be kind of annoying. So also, if you get your merch early, it's better because they run out of sizes and things. Especially if you see a popular, or if you see a piece of merch that you really like and you think it's going to be if you like it, it's probably going to be popular. So the earlier you get it, the more likely you'll get the size that you want and the designs that you want. The last thing about it is also you don't want to be waiting in like a really long line to get your merch. So the earlier you do it, the better. Especially if you get into the venue early enough where there's no bands that you care about that are playing, you can just walk over, you know, look at all the merch, grab what you want, maybe think about a couple things, be like, I'll come back to that if I have some money later. So next thing on the list was get a locker, but I think that's pretty self-explanatory. If you're going to have all this merch, why do you want to carry it around all day? Unless you have a friend or I guess significant other who's not going to be jumping around and stuff as much, they can hold it for you. But even then, just to not be a dick and give them that responsibility, I would highly suggest getting a locker and throwing all your stuff in there to come back and get it before you leave. Next thing on the list, get a strong phone case or get a phone case with a strap. I personally enjoy taking a video of like the first minute of the first song of the bands that I'm really into to post on my social media, Instagram and Snapchat, all that kind of stuff. So the problem with it though is my phone case obviously doesn't have a strap on it, so if anybody runs into me or anything like that, I could essentially lose my phone, or it could break, or at least have a really badly broken screen. So I would highly suggest getting one of these cases. You could probably get it on Amazon for really cheap. Just has a strap on it, makes sure you don't drop it. They also have this kind of one that's like, even if you do drop it, it'll be connected to you. If you really want to go all out and be a dumbass, you can get one of these like camcorder holder ones. I think that's a little bit of overkill though. Also having a hard shell case would be great, and having some kind of screen protector. A lot of people take videos with their phones, so that's why I brought this up. At least have like a pop socket. Let me look that up really quick. At least have one of these pop sockets for your phone. It at the very least will help you hold on to it a little bit better. But I think the strap is going to be you got to get the strap, man. I think that's going to be your best bet if you want to take any kind of videos out there. Now, I'm still going to be a dumbass and not have a strap and still take videos, but do what I say, not what I do. Because again, I'm a dumbass and I might lose my phone. So, next the thing on the list, a lot of us wear glasses and a lot of us wear contacts. I would highly suggest bringing both. Bring your glasses and bring your wear your contacts. Bring a contact case once they start getting annoyed, because again, there's going to be a lot of dust in the air and people flying all over the place. You might lose a contact, but bring a contact case. Put your contacts in when they start getting annoying. I think this one over here has a contact case with it's like a double. It's a contact case and a glasses case. That's pretty cool. But get a contact case so you can take them out when they get annoying, and bring a glasses case so if you're like me and you want to go in the pit, you don't break your glasses. Because let me tell you, I saw Knuckle Puck about a month or two ago, and you know, Knuckle Puck doesn't sound like a very hard show. It's not a show that I would expect to lose and or break my glasses at, but I was a dumbass and I wore my glasses in the pit even though I could have put them in my pocket. And right at the last song, everybody was going really hard and I lost my glasses. So you don't want to do that, because then you end up like me where I can't drive back home and I had to have my friend drive all the way in the middle of the night when we were both really tired and we were supposed to take turns. It's not a good experience. Plus glasses are really expensive. Just do yourself a favor. Grab yourself a glasses case and a contact case, just in case. Haha, get it? And then the last thing on my list is going to be, although I will have an honorable mention, the last thing on my list is going to be, go see a band you haven't seen yet. Go try something new. It's last Warped Tour, I went and saw a couple bands that I would have never seen without my friend being into them. So, and I actually really ended up liking the bands that I saw. So I would definitely suggest going and seeing a band you haven't seen yet. I'll probably go see Tonight Alive and My Children, My Bride. I've listened to them before, but I've never seen them. Kubla Khan might be another one that I will see that I've never seen before, but I listened to. The unfortunate thing is I pretty much listened to a lot. I listened to a lot of the bands on Warped Tour this year. So I might see what Necrogoblicon is all about. They look funny. But yeah, go check out a band that you've never seen. They might be cool. Might check them out. There's a couple other ones on here that I've never seen before that I might check out. I don't think I've listened to that much Trash Boat, so I'll probably go give them a listen. Yeah, it's always good to add to your music library, you know, really go check out a new band. Plus they appreciate it. They're traveling all around. They're hella tired. So that's part of the reason they're out there, is to try and get new fans into their music. You know what I mean? So that would be my suggestion on that. Now, I had an honorable mention in my head for a minute, but I can't remember it. I can't remember it all, so forget about it. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great summer festival season. I hope you guys have a great Warped Tour. Thank you for checking out this video I made. If you liked it, please smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification button so that the YouTube gods make sure that you see all my videos. Please, whether you liked it or not, send me some love or hate in the comments. And if you really, really liked it, make sure you demolish that like button. You can also check out some more videos I have over here on the right. I do podcasts, I do gaming videos, I have a couple other things that I'll have going on all the time, so check those out. And as always, stay spooky, gotcha punks.